Hey guys, what is going on? If you're following my channel, then you probably know that every now and then I unbox and review action figures. I'm by no means a collector, but I do enjoy a nice action figure if it's nicely articulated and beautifully sculpted, and I just can't stop but buying it. That doesn't happen very often that I stumble across one that I have to have, but this Thrasher Suit Batman I just saw 2 days ago on Amazon for about £28, so it's not even that expensive considering its size, and I just had to buy it. It's part of the DC Collectible series, the designer series as it's described down here, and it follows the original art of Greg Capullo, obviously after the original Frank Miller Batman story. I'm not going to pretend that I know everything about this comic because I didn't read it, but I do love the design of this figure and I just had to buy it. The whole sculpt is so beautiful and I just want to get it out of the box and see if it actually lives up to my expectation that I have to it. Now let's take a quick look at the box. On the front we do get the warning choking hazard, and I noticed that a lot of it's like in French as well, right? Like here's this warning is in French. I don't know why that is. If you know it, then leave me a comment down in the comment section below. On the side we get a beautiful piece of Greg Capullo's artwork of the actual Thrasher suit that he designed. Again, the Batman logo. On the back we can see the other figures that come out of the Greg Capullo series. The Red Hood, the Catwoman, Mr. Freeze, and the Thrasher suit. And I mean, if you look at those, right, I don't know how you feel, but I have no desire to get any of the other figures. They are nice, you know, don't get me wrong. It's a nice set of figures, but the Thrasher suit just stands out like in such a crisp and dominant way. It is such a beautiful model, at least in my eye, while the others, to be honest, leave me rather cold. On the side we get this type going on, Thrasher Suit Batman, big type going over the whole side. Bottom, just a code and a bit of a recycling logo. On the top we do get again the DC Comic Designer series in French again, and Greg Capullo's name underneath. So without further ado, I would say let's get the figure out of the box. Let's look at it, how you can articulate it and what you can actually do with it once we free it from its plastic casings. So here it is, guys, out of the box, and the first thing that I noticed when I took it out is that it is extremely heavy. Unfortunately, I don't have a weight to weight it, but it feels like it is actually made from metal. I mean, obviously all this material here is only plastic, but it feels like it has some kind of metal core inside of it. I'm not sure, but it feels very, very heavy, which is great because it gives it like this weight, you know, to stand on its own and to really stand in this position. And if you look at it now in that position, it just looks absolutely beefy. Let me measure the height of it because I read some people talking about that it's only 6 inch high, and I think that is actually not enough. I think it's bigger than that, but let's have a look. Does this one have inch? This one doesn't even have inch, so you need to recalculate in inch if you want to. But oops, if you measure from the bottom to the top of the head, it is about 24 centimeters, 23.5. So I don't know how that translates to inch, but I think that might be more than 6 inch. I think it might be slightly over 9 inch or something, but don't nail me down on that. So I absolutely adore the design of this figure. It just looks so beefy, it looks so powerful, it just has the absolute perfect shape. I feel like the proportion of the legs to the chest to the head is great. The only thing that I don't like that much is the sculpt of actual Batman's head in there. If you take off the helmet, let me just go in there with the camera, sorry for the shaky camera work, but you can see, I mean, it is pretty close to the original, I guess, but I don't know. I just personally, I'm just not a big fan of that shape and how that looks. I mean, compared to all the rest, which just seems like a perfect sculpt. If we look at it from the back, you can see the absolutely amazing spine going all the way down here, and also like I noticed the paint job, like it just has an absolute premium finish. I mean, if you just spin it a little bit and just observe how the light reflects on the armor, like on the chest and on the shoulder, like it absolutely gives you the perfect illusion of being like metal or steel or something like that. I think that's it's done very, very well. Another thing that I actually noticed when trying to articulate the figure is that some of the joints are difficult to articulate. I heard before that that is the case with some of the DC figures, so I might need to use a hairdryer on that. I haven't done that yet, but like if you look, for instance, like the arm seems to have a joint here, right, like this one, and a little like dot down here, right, which looks like it would allow me to bend the arm down and up and down like this in the middle, like in the middle armpit there, but it doesn't really do that, so I don't really want to break it, so I'm a bit careful with that. Besides that, if we just go through the articulation of the whole figure, Batman's head can't be moved at all, really. You can move him up and down a little bit, you can see that here, but besides that, there's not much articulation to be done with the head. The upper chest part moves quite freely, like this. You can see it moves to the side like that, and then I can rotate him like this. I'm sure you can spin the middle of the belly part down here. You can spin that as well, but so far it didn't move, and you know, I'm already applying quite a bit of force, so again it seems a bit stuck, and it seems like all these articulations are definitely there, but they might need a bit of heat to loosen up a bit. The arms come down, let me just show you how far they come down. If you want to bring them close to the body like this, not closer than that, and then if you want to bring them up, they don't go more than that, so there's not that much articulation. I guess the shoulder plates up here kind of restrict that a little bit, but to be honest, you don't need that much of an articulation. I don't feel that it's missing the articulation. The middle arm or the lower arm part can be rotated like that, and obviously the whole arm can be brought up and down like this. And I think the hands are just the absolute coolest part of this, because each single finger can be articulated on its own, and then not only that, it also has little joints in the middle of it, so you can actually articulate each finger like a real hand, right? So you can do a lot with the articulation of these hands, which is absolutely great. Reminds me a little bit of Titanfall, doesn't it? Like the hands of the Titans in Titanfall actually look quite similar. Then these arm plates that he has here, I think those, to be honest, those were like a big part why I bought this figure, because if you look at it from the front, it just has like a shape of a circle, right? The whole thing looks like a circle, and that is just adding so much to the aesthetics of this figure, I feel personally. So these rounded arm plates with the spikes on the bottom look really aggressive and really beefy, and I think that is probably, besides the hands, one of my favorite part of the figure. Let's look at the belt quickly. It has a really nice darkish matte finish, and it even looks a little bit like it's been weathered, right? So it doesn't look like a clean yellow finish. It looks like it has been used and went through a bit of action, which is great. It really fits the whole rest of the figure. The legs can be rotated like this around, and actually quite far. You can see he's doing like a weird dance move right here, and they can be rotated in the middle joint, but not too much. I guess again, if you look at the foot back here, if you spin that up, it kind of clashes with the knee part, so there's not much articulation going on with this. If you put it like this, you can't get it further up than that, so it's very, very little movement. At least that's what I found at the moment. And then you can change the boots. The boots have a rotation in itself, so you can see here, you can spin the boot around actually 360 degrees, which is great, because it really allows you to put the feet in a really unusual position, and you have a lot of space to play with there. And that's about it. I mean, we can look at the back again. One thing that annoys me a little bit is that it seems really like I can't rotate it like this. I really want to align this spine piece here, right? That annoys me a little bit. But right after I finish this video, I'm going to go back and use the hairdryer and see if I can get these joints to move. Also really cool between the shoulders, this bat symbol up here. I don't know if it's intended to be a bat symbol. Let me just grab the camera, go a bit closer here. Some close-up shots actually, but it certainly looks like a bat symbol. And then all the little spine pieces. Oh, what's that? What is, see that? Is that a piece of paper right here? It is, looks like a piece of paper. Okay, I think that should do it. And then all the spine pieces going all the way down, including that big piece here, also look like Batman symbols. So it's an amazing sculpt. It's an amazing original design by Greg Capullo. This whole figure is definitely going to be one of the most valued figures in my tiny collection. The only thing that I would criticize slightly is the quality of the helmet. It doesn't look too bad, but it seems to be a little bit sloppy. I mean, the paint job itself is fine, but look at the inside, right? It doesn't have a very nice high quality finish. But to be honest, compared with the rest of the figure and just like putting it on there, it perfectly matches the rest, right? And it's not something that really bothers me. It's not a deal breaker at all. So I really love this figure. Guys, if you have any question regarding the figure, then leave your comments down in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to leave the link where you can purchase it on Amazon UK down in the description if you want to get it. So guys, if you enjoyed the video, then please don't forget to leave me a like. That really helps me out. You can also subscribe to my channel. I normally do more like video game content and lots of commentaries and stuff. You can check out my channel for more. Thanks for watching, stay tuned, and I'll see you next time. I'm out. Bye.